we got enough time to sort out all the fights, to sort out all the lies. Oh baby, yeah. There was a part of me that knew that, and still I'm caught by surprise. I thought you'd always be mine. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby, going down, 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 down.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is kind of a mixed one. I'm sharing with you a few new pieces I got in my wardrobe. I'm also sharing with you what I got for Mother's Day. Mother's Day is on a different day in the UK as in the US. Just in case I panic anyone, Mother's Day has just been the Sunday gone, and Dan did get me a few little bits, so I thought I'd share with you what I got. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get started. So first up is this beautiful dress, and I have been on a major dress buying kick recently. We have so many events to go to over the next few months, from weddings to christenings. I feel like we're just at that age and there's just so much going on. So I've been trying to find some really nice, slightly fancier dresses, and there are so many good ones at the moment. I saw this one and I just fell in love. So this one is a maxi dress. It doesn't go all the way to the floor, but it does hit at around about ankle length on me. I thought this was so gorgeous. I do actually already have the mini dress version of this. I wore it to one of my very good friends' weddings last year, and I just loved it. Like, it was so comfy and easy to wear, and it has quite a bit of detail on it, but at the same time it is just one of those pieces which you can slip on. It's so comfortable, and then you just forget about it and kind of dance the night away. And I thought this was such a beautiful update on that design. I love the button detail. I'm always such a sucker for a good button. You have these beautiful straps right there as well, and then it cinches in. You almost have this kind of corset type design. It's not a corset, it's much more comfortable than that. But you have these great kind of lines which indicate a little bit of structure around the body. And then it just flares out with this beautiful pleated skirt. You do have the tie as well, so you can cinch in your waist. And I just absolutely love this. The colour is beautiful. It comes in a few different colours from memory. I went for this really nice kind of deep teal, and I am full on obsessed with this. I cannot wait to wear it. It is so, so lovely. Fits like a dream. As I said, very comfortable. I've already worn the mini dress version of this all day long and it did just great, so I'm hoping this is going to be the same. And yeah, I am over the moon with this. This beautiful dress is from Karen Millen, who are nice enough to part sponsor this video, and they have so many great pieces for the upcoming wedding season. Everything from full-on, you know, gown type dresses to cocktail dresses, mini dresses, like everything in between. Just so many great pieces. I do have quite a few items from them in this video, so I will be linking everything in the description section if you did want to check anything out. They were nice enough to give me a discount code as well, and this one is fully stackable, works off everything that I'm sharing here today as well as everything else on their website. I will pop the details on screen and in the description section if you did want to check that out. Next up is this absolutely gorgeous top, and I thought this was so striking and chic. I absolutely love the look of it. So it is a one shoulder one, and it's fairly structured in terms of the fabric, so it does, I wouldn't say compress you, but it definitely holds you in. It's a very, very nice firm material, and it has this fantastic stripe effect all the way through. So it's a kind of diagonal stripe, or kind of like color blocking, I guess, but with neutral tones. So the neutral tone is like a, I think it's like a dark beige, and then that's contrasted against the black. It is so sharp looking. I think this would look fantastic with a black skirt, whether you wanted to do a pencil skirt or a pleated skirt. Just really, really gorgeous. It zips up right at the side there. There is a little bit of stretch as well, so you can get a nice fit. And I love this, like really, really different looking, and just one of those pieces which it's so simple but makes such an impact when you wear it. And I just thought it was so gorgeous, like really, really lovely. I was so excited when I saw it online, hoped it would be just as nice in person, and I actually think it's even nicer. So super excited about this. I thought it was just fantastic. Next up is this gorgeous dress, and I do feel like this might be a bit of a love it or hate it one. I happen to love it because I do love tweed, but if you're not a fan of tweed, this is going to be total overkill for you. I think it's just the Chanel lover in me. Like, I just love tweed fabrics, tweed design, just like anything like that, and I thought this was so chic. I feel like it looks way more expensive than it was. I mean, the quality is really, really beautiful. It is fully lined, and then it has that great kind of bodice effect. So you have a scooped neckline and slightly thicker straps, and then it cinches in at the waist. You do get a nice belt with it as well, and then it flares out. So it is quite a substantial piece. You get a lot of volume and drama with the skirt, which I really like. As I said, said, you have the lining all the way down, and it's a very silky soft lining, so it feels very, very nice on your skin. The pattern is a proper kind of houndstooth tweed-like pattern, and it's a brown and a white check, which if you described it to me, I don't think I would have gone for it, but I saw it online and I just thought it was so chic and elegant. And I just love this, like really, really gorgeous. It zips up at the back so you can get a really nice fit. I love the fact that it has the belt as well. Just cinch in your waist, always so flattering. The pleating detail on the skirt is lovely, like it's not too much. It does flare out into that nice A-line. Very, very wearable. And just the chicest, most gorgeous thing. So absolutely thrilled with this. Really just something a little bit different. Again, a little bit statement making, but I feel like it's so easy to wear because, you know, you just slip it on and go. You know, you don't have to accessorize too much with it. And I just thought this was so fantastic and lovely. And now for this adorable little top. So this one is a rib knit one. There's a good amount of stretch on it, so you can get a really nice close fit. And it's a really, really simple design, but again, I just feel like this is one of those things which it's really simple, but can be really striking when paired with the right items. So this one does just have that really thin spaghetti strap right there, and then no strap on the other side. So it's a true one shoulder piece. You have that really nice rib knit all the way through, and then it's just a straight design, but it does actually hug you in a really nice way because of that stretchy fabric. Really gorgeous. This was super inexpensive, but I think paired with the right items, again, I think it's just going to look so expensive. Team it with a nice pair of heels, a handbag, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. You can obviously, of course, wear it with jeans as well. Just really, really lovely, and I feel like this is going to be such a useful piece in my wardrobe. Easy to wear by itself, easy to layer under blazers, you know, just really, really versatile, and I just thought this was fantastic, especially for the price. Next up is this beautiful skater dress, and I feel like skater dresses can be a little bit hit or miss in terms of how it looks on like an actual person. I think in theory skater dresses are always great, you know, it's a very flattering silhouette, but sometimes if they're not proportioned quite right, they can come across as a little bit young looking and just not always, you know, a vibe that I'm feeling. Whereas this I thought was beautiful, and I think it's because there's a decent amount of length, but also the detailing on it is lovely. So this one has a nice long sleeve, and they actually have zips on the sleeve, which is really unusual, but it means that if you like to roll your sleeves up like I do, it's very, very easy to do so. You can either scrunch them up or fold them up, and it's super, super easy. You do have darts right there along the bust, and then it cinches in at the waist. You have this narrow pleat detailing right at the top of the skirt, but then it flares out into an A-line. Really unusual. It almost has like a drop waist feel to it, but much more flattering than most drop waist dresses, which typically speaking just look awful on me because I have bigger hips, whereas I actually feel like this is very, very flattering indeed. You do have a belt as well, and you either use it as it is or obviously swap it out for your own belt. It zips up at the back, and you have a really elegant V-neck on the back, which just adds like a little bit of something extra. And I just love this. Really cute. This again comes in a few different colors. I'm super boring, I just went for black, but I do have some belts that I think will go really beautifully with this, which is what swayed me to get the black one. But yeah, I love this. Really, really lovely. I think it'll look great with a good pair of heels. It's just a really beautiful classic dress. Next up is a bit more of a formal structured dress, but I thought this was just absolutely gorgeous. It's a little bit more of a bold colour for me. I don't typically go for colours that are this bright, but I just think the colour is so deep and beautiful and really unlike anything that I have in my wardrobe. The actual cut of this dress is so nice as well. So there's quite a lot going on, but I feel like it doesn't look too much because you have some really clean lines as well. So on the sleeve, you just have a very simple cap sleeve. There are some darts around the bust, and then it cinches in, but you do have this really nice buckle detail on the side there with this beautiful shiny silver belt buckle. Really, really lovely. And then the skirt is a partial pleated skirt with a partial straight A-line skirt. How stunning is that? I love the color, as I mentioned, like very different from what I usually go for, but a really beautiful blue shade, and I just absolutely love the design. Next up, I'm sharing what I got for Mother's Day, along with what I got for a kind of more general gift, which I'll explain in a second. But first up, Dan got me this absolutely adorable baby book, and I thought this was so lovely. It's not populated, but I think that was the intention for me to populate it. So it comes in this beautiful box. It says my baby book. And then I think this is designed so that you can actually use it during pregnancy as well. Obviously I didn't, but you can also use it when you actually have your baby too. And it says, the littlest feet make the biggest footprints, which I thought was so nice. It came absolutely beautifully packaged. And then on the inside is this gorgeous book, and it has all these animals on the front, which is Leo's nursery theme as well, which I need to do a tour of. I mean to do that. I've already started the video, I just need to finish it. But the nursery is all kind of safari themed, got hot air balloons, it's very cute. So I will show that at some point, but I thought that was so lovely. And it says this baby book belongs to, and then it basically has spaces for all the big milestones, from my birth story to little spaces for handprints and footprints, like a little area for family tree, and then little milestones as well. So it has a page for every month. So it's like, I'm a month old, I'm 2 months old. So the idea is that you print off photos and kind of treat it as a scrapbook, and then pop in little dates and little kind of tidbits just so you remember all the little details, which is so nice because, you know, everything they say is true. Like, it does kind of zip by in a blur because you're always so busy. So it's nice to force yourself, I guess, to kind of stop and remember all the little details. And then it goes all the way up to my first birthday party, all the little details from that, and then just generally like memories from my first year. I love this. I thought it was so nice. I can't wait to get stuck in and kind of take that time to pause and reflect. And I just thought this was the loveliest gift. And then he also got me a little necklace as well, and this is from Sydney Evan. I'm sure many of you will be familiar with her jewelry. She has some pretty famous pieces. I already have a piece from her, which is the Love necklace, which I absolutely adore. I haven't worn it in a while though. Unfortunately, the clasp broke, so I do need to get that fixed. But he knows how much I love that, so he got me something from the same line, which I thought was so lovely. And this one comes in the little dust bag. It's basically the exact same style, so it's that kind of written script necklace with the little diamonds all the way across, and this one spells out mama. This one does have a really fine gold chain, and just really gorgeous either by itself or layered up. I do like to kind of layer the one I have, like the Love one. I have a diamond solitaire necklace and I think it goes beautifully with that, so I'm planning on wearing this in the same way. And I just thought this was so nice, like such a gorgeous little piece. I'm absolutely gonna treasure it. Like, it's so nice. And yeah, just the loveliest, sweetest Mother's Day gift. Next up is a new bag, and this one is kind of a joint Mother's Day / joint milestone gift. So it's a bit bougie for a Mother's Day gift, but Dan is the one that suggested. I obviously knew about this one because I picked it out, but we have been waiting on the sale of our flat in London. It's been a very long time because of cladding issues and all kinds of other admin-y stuff, which is very boring, but we said when we eventually sold it and obviously released all that capital, we would get ourselves something that we wanted. So for Dan, we basically booked a trip that he's been wanting to do for ages. So we're doing Miami, Cancun again for the Cancun, but he's never been to Miami and he's always wanted to go. So we are doing that later on in the year, and I was trying to think what I wanted. I saw this and I did actually say I was done with Chanel Classic Flaps. This one is a pre-loved one though. I thought it was still like a bit much for that, and then he suggested combining it with Mother's Day. Didn't know I was getting the other items, but I got this off the base of that. So bit much for either one of those gifts, but combined, I mean, it's still a lot, but it is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to show you what it is. It comes in the beautiful dust bag, and then inside is the most stunning colour, and I have wanted a taupe Chanel for about 10 years now. If you followed me like from year one, if you remember, I did some like bag wishlist posts, and it was always on my list to get a taupe Chanel bag. I've just never been able to get one, and I saw this on a pre-love site and I was like, oh my goodness. As I said, I was very sure I was done with Classic Flaps. I can't say that this was a bargain, but it's definitely cheaper than buying new, although pretty much everything is at this point. I just cannot believe the new retail prices. Like, they are absolutely insane. So this was cheap compared to the current retail prices, not cheap in general, but I do think I got it for a pretty fair price, and it's just absolutely beautiful. It's exactly the combination that I wanted. Taupe leather, it is caviar, so it's that grained calf skin, and then you do have the pale gold hardware, and I'm just over the moon with this. This is the small flap size. I genuinely didn't think I was ever going to get anything in this color combination. I just kind of accepted it was just gonna be one of those things. And then I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness. So I think this is actually going to be my last one. I said the navy one that I got for Christmas was going to be my actual last one, but I feel like this was just waiting for me, and then I got it and it's just pretty much everything I hoped for. You guys will know what a classic flap looks like. It just kind of opens up like so, and then you do have that chain which is tucked in right there, and yeah, just kind of wide open space, pocket in the front, pocket on the back, and then the grain leather all the way throughout. I am so over the moon with this. Let me know if you guys want me to do an updated kind of how to buy pre-loved bags video. I did one way back in the day, but I feel like, well, I'm not sure if it's outdated because I don't know whether tips really kind of changed that much, but I'm happy to do one based on kind of the new sites that I use and all that jazz. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, super happy with this. I just think it's so beautiful and I feel so lucky to have found this combination. Next up is this gorgeous smock dress, and I thought this was so lovely, like a really kind of classic quintessential sundress. It does have a tie strap detail, which is always nice because I feel like if you want to make like a big deal of the bow, you can have it just sit right at the top of the shoulder, but if you want it to be a bit more subtle, you can tie it further back just to have a bit more of a cleaner look on the front. So I always love that. The material is really nice as well. It's kind of like a soft crepe material. I do have another dress in this kind of fabric and it's become my most go-to travel dress because it just never creases. So it's really useful for just shoving in your bag, especially like the next morning when you're heading down to breakfast. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm always late to breakfast whenever I stay in a hotel. So I always just want to grab something really quickly. I do not want to fuss about ironing it. And this is pretty much the same fabric. So I was very excited to find this. It does have a really beautiful smocked body, and there is a good amount of stretch as well. So there is a little bit of give if you're not quite sure about your size. And then it just kind of flares out. So you have one tier right at the bottom, but that's it. Like it's a very simple skirt. But I love this. Thought it'd be perfect for our upcoming holiday, and just the nicest, easiest dress. Really cute with some sandals. You could probably dress it up if you wanted to as well. Maybe some nice statement earrings, and just like the cutest, loveliest dress. And then last but not least, I have this beautiful, slightly more slinky dress, and this is another navy one. I've been on a bit of a navy kick recently, but I just think it's such a beautiful shade and really flattering, and you guys will know I like my dark colors, so it's a nice refreshing change just from my usual black picks. And I thought this was beautiful. So it's a really simple design. It has that gorgeous accordion pleat all the way through, and it looks like it'd be a little bit shapeless, but because they do have the tie, it just does wonders in terms of cinching you in and then suddenly creating this really great shape. It's very flattering as a result of that as well. You have these very thin spaghetti straps which are fully adjustable, so if you want it to sit a bit higher you can do, or you can have it lower as well if you want to as well. And then it really is just a beautiful fabric. Like it's a very kind of like shiny, almost satin-like fabric, and then you have that pleating detail which just creates the most beautiful amount of movement. The navy is stunning and it's a really kind of deep shade, so you almost have like a hint of sheen to it because of the type of fabric, but it doesn't feel like it's too much for day either. Just absolutely gorgeous. I am so excited about this. I do feel like you could actually dress this one up or down as well. So if you wanted to wear it with sandals, you could do, but I think it's gonna look great with heels too. And I am just so excited about it. So beautiful, so perfect for date night. We have a big date night weekend coming up, so I'm planning on wearing this for that. And I just think it's so beautiful. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. As usual, I will include links to everything I featured in the description section below. If you have any questions for me, then leave me a comment, and please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy new my wardrobe videos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
I don't know how or how you do it. You blow my mind without a word. Stuck upside down, I might be dreaming.